guys, what's happening? Quarantine. So here we are in quarantine. Wow. Uh, yeah, still. Um, we supposedly have up until I believe it's the 8th. And today is May 2nd. So we shall see. We shall see. I do know that they have opened up parts of the northern part of the state only because, there's not really a whole lot of cases there. But it's getting ridiculous, seriously. I mean, people that have lost their jobs and, people that are still guaranteed their jobs want to go back to work. And, you know, you're causing companies to have to shut down completely, like just to get rid of their business. They can't do it. People are hungry. If anybody knows me, I'm pretty straightforward, and that's why today we're going to keep it real. Today, keeping it real on this one quarantine thing, two, this virus. I don't personally, I'm no expert at this, okay, but it's just things that I see, things that I'm seeing. I see it as a very organized plan, a very organized plan. And the other thing would be how easy it was, it seems, to have controlled the people. The government's controlling you right now, telling you what you can or can't do. Most summer activities have already been wiped off the map for this year. So, what are people supposed to do? I mean, my take is, if anything, there is some good in it, not with the deaths, but there's some good in it with allowing families maybe to become a little bit closer, so, and have more family time. I'm out and about all throughout the state, and, I see people with their kids in their yards. They're playing ball, and they're just having fun. And when was the last time you seen kids with their parents playing in their front yards? And you know what I mean? Haven't seen that in a long time. Why? Because the electronics is taking over. Everybody has to have a phone in their hand, and their face buried into the phone. But other than that, the quarantine thing, listen, I get it. They have to do what they got to do, okay, to try to keep society safe. But when you're not seeing the numbers that they are predicting, and like I said, as long as you go out and you do the right thing. Listen, we're all adults, okay? We're all adults. We know. There's germs everywhere you go. So I think it's kind of good that people got it and made it a habit to sanitize their hands constantly. I think that's a great thing for all of us. But to be afraid of walking into stores or standing around other people, it's just absolutely ridiculous. What some people do and how they act when they are around you, it's mind-blowing. It's just like, come on, man, seriously. It's almost as though people now don't want to get close enough to other people, like you are diseased, or you have a virus. Okay, you need to step it back. Listen, man, if that's, I'm not so concerned about those sort of things. You know what I mean? It's time for them to start opening things up, allowing these businesses to start opening up their companies. That didn't make any sense, whatever. To start opening up their businesses and get people back to work, okay? And start living a frickin' normal lifestyle again. I mean, when you got people sitting and they're standing in lines just all day just to get a box of food. I mean, come on. It doesn't have to. It's a very well planned. Uh, do you want to say attack on our country, countries around the world, the whole world? Some are saying, I personally believe it's a reset. They're hitting the reset for our financial problems globally. That's what I think, and now they know. Now they know they can control the people when they say stay in your homes, and people have been listening. So I don't know. Whatever is to come, who knows? But a co-worker of mine whose family lives the next state over, they were just told, I believe it was like 2 days ago, that they are quarantined now until the end of May. So now they have to go another whole month being quarantined in their homes. They just keep adding more and more time on as we go. And people are getting frustrated and upset. That is frustrated. That didn't make any sense either, but yeah, hey, it is what it is. Well, quarantine talk. Yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at with it. I've been very fortunate. I have been able to continue to work through this, and same with my wife. We both have still been working every day, so we've been very fortunate to still have our positions, and not have to go through all that turmoil. There's so many people. There was a couple million people, I believe, just suddenly need unemployment, okay? And they were finding that their system could not keep up with that, because this is probably a history made. I have to apply for unemployment, please. You know what I mean? So with the government sending out a stimulus check to everybody, that's only going to do you for so long, right? I mean, if anything, if you don't hear anything from the company that you're working for, chances are now you're forced to have to look for a different job, which is extremely stressful. And right now, people might as well just continue sitting back in their chairs, because nobody's up and running. Like they still haven't opened or given businesses, other than, I lied, other than, it actually just started yesterday, construction workers can now go back to work, but they have to have wash stations on site so that all the workers can wash their hands. And I believe you still have to wear face masks. And I think there was one more, but I can't pick up on it. I can't remember what it was. I also do know that they just now opened up golf courses, allowing people to go golfing. And there were, golf courses. Not everybody golfs. How about opening up some of the other parks maybe, or letting people go back to work? How about that? That sounds like a great idea, a great idea. The other thing that's kind of creepy, it's kind of creepy and eerie, is that I travel all over the state. I'm on the Pennsylvania Turnpike every day. And this past week, I've been driving into the red zones pretty much every other day or so. But, no, that would be every day. Yeah. And, it's really weird, because there's literally no traffic at all. Like, the only thing you see on the turnpike would be tractor trailers, semis, and very small amount of smaller vehicles, like cars and trucks, pickup trucks. But it's really something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You could actually go for 2 or 3 miles without having any traffic besides the trucks. But yeah, it's weird. So, if anything, that showed me that the government succeeded with that. They were able to control the people. They pushed everybody out of their jobs, quarantined them, and given them one check to what last for what? Till you all run out of money, or you decide when you want this to be over. Um, this is new to all of us. I would have never thought I'd ever experience something like this. The virus thing is so up in the air. So many people have their own opinions on it, where it came from, how it got started, and why so many people around the globe has died from this, but yet none of us really know how they died. Or there's no pictures of anybody that has died. And then you find out later on down the road that, what you've been told through fake news, because fake news is everywhere. It's not just CNN, y'all. Come on. Yeah, I pretty much already know this video is demonetized just with what I'm saying. It doesn't really matter. Um, they're all. Uh, it's kind of like they're all demons. They change the words. They make it sound, or they like maybe make a problem sound bigger than what it really is, or they just freaking outright lie and show you footage from other places. Uh, Supposedly that was a lot of stuff that was happening in New York. They were showing supposedly um, showing footage of hospitals being overloaded, and it was like that pretty much all over the globe, and I guess it turns out that just wasn't true. It wasn't true. It was not like how they showed it on the news. Um, so once again, if y'all haven't already figured out that this is a well planned event that's happening, well, I mean, seriously, if you honestly think this virus is any different than just having the flu, we have the flu or a different kind of flu every year in this country. Do they shut us down? Do they close us in our homes? No, they don't. But for this virus, okay, this virus. So I don't, me personally, I don't buy it. I don't buy a lot of this stuff. I don't believe anything the government says. You all should know that about me with other videos I've done on 9/11, and I just I'm not buying into that. I don't sit and watch the news every day. I really don't want to know what they have to say, because it's not really benefiting us. Okay, it's always benefiting those that are sitting in their height chairs. That's what it is, and collecting all this money to put in their own pockets. That's just how I look at it. But uh, I just think that it's kind of like a financial reset. I mean, you think about the amount of money that the government just pushed out to help businesses, the airlines, the citizens of the U.S. It's a phenomenal amount of money. I mean, where is that money coming from? So we're currently here in this state waiting for the governor to say, listen, we're just going to open up. Continue the safe distances, wear the mask. You can continue to do that and still freaking go shopping and stuff. It's not that I want to go shopping, but it's one of those things when you travel all over the state and this is closed, this is closed, this is closed, this is closed. It's an inconvenience, is what it is, because you're forced to have to drive for however long it takes to go get one simple item that others don't have because why? They're not open. So it's an inconvenience to us. So I don't see the difference of a man or woman that has a small store set up, okay, in their local town or whatever local community, and I don't understand why they can't be open. It isn't any different than you walking into Walmart. Notice it's all the big corporate businesses that are staying open. Okay? The person that survives on that store that they have opened 15 years ago, that is their source of income. That's their family business. And they're forced to have to shut it down and wait for the government to decide when we say it's okay for you to open up. And here's the other thing. Look at all the milk. Look at all the vegetables and the fruits that have been destroyed. They're just destroyed. They can't get rid of it. Come on, man. You have people starving around the world, and you have these idiots in the government saying, "Oh, no, can't use that milk for this." You know what? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of organizations around the country that could use that milk to feed other people. Could use those vegetables and those fruits. Come on. They're just forced to have to destroy it. Like, we're talking semis loaded with milk, dumping it into drains because they cannot get rid of the milk. It's really bizarre. I mean, it doesn't make any sense when you think about it. It just doesn't make sense. You can still do what you have to do to distribute that milk by, if you can't sell it, give it to the people. Give it to the people. But see, there's a loss of money already because, well, we can't just give the milk out. We just don't function that way. We can't just give the fruit out. We can't just give the vegetables out. We have to get something out of this. And it's just really bizarre, the amount of things that are destroyed that are still perfectly fine, that could go towards helping other people. But yet, they decide we need to get rid of it. We can't use this. So it's and think about the farmer. Think about the farmer that provided all that milk and has seen nothing for it, and he's watching the milk just going down the drain. It's really crazy. It really is. But another thing that's very interesting is how the president has a briefing every single day. Every day he stands up there, and I like Donald Trump. I do. I think that he's a powerful man. He's a man that he's got balls the size of a bowl. He's not afraid to use them, and he lets people know how it is. And we needed somebody like that. In my opinion, we needed somebody to take charge, to take over this country, and to show these idiots that are in the Senate or wherever in government, this crap with Democrats and Republicans banging frickin' heads back and forth. I mean, you look ridiculous, and you, if anything, you make us look ridiculous around the world, okay, as a nation. And it's always over the dumbest things too. They're like little kids, well, your glass is fuller than mine, And it's like that's the mentality of it, and I don't get it. It's like you need to grow up and let's start just coming together and being nice to one another and just live your life, man. Live your life. You don't have to bash everybody all the time, and that's what they do. Um, but whatever. I don't want to. This isn't a political thing. I don't want to get into that crap. Anyhow, I think Donald Trump has. Well, I don't think Donald Trump's just behind it. There's others involved. But I think he's been doing a good job as far as. Not sure what happened there. I should probably just say that Donald Trump, I think, is he's. It seems like when he talks, people listen. I don't know. It's like he's a powerful man, and that's like I said. That's what we needed for this country. We need somebody to get in there and say, uh, "I don't think so, there, Jack. Not going to happen." And it just seems like when he approaches things in that way, they listen. They don't attempt to, other than, well, no, we're not going there. We're not going to go there. Anyhow, guys, that's pretty much all I had. We're still in quarantine. The next state over was just given another month in quarantine. Is it going to happen to us? We don't know yet. But uh, I consider myself extremely lucky because I still go to work every day. I get to get out and get in and get moving. To whereas there are so many people that are sitting at home and they're getting to the point to where people are getting agitated now and they're getting they're just done. They're done because I think we're all starting to see that things just don't seem to be what they say they are. And so let me just end by this. If anything, I think it's awesome that you're seeing families coming together. I've actually know somebody that was able to, they because of out of concern, they contacted their family for the first time in a long time. And they are getting reunited. So, if anything, that is probably the best thing out of this whole thing. Just getting closer to your families, and my family lives a little over an hour away. I don't see them that much. I got a very. It's not an excuse. I got a very difficult job that leads me with different hours and the amount of travel. I'm usually not anywhere close to, I'm on the other side of the state basically, or the northern part of the state. But that's what I think, if anything, it has brought families together around the globe. So I'm going to leave you with having one question. I got one question for y'all, and I'm hoping to get many of y'all to answer it on what you think. How do you think things are going to go or be for society? That actually rhymed. For society after this is said and done. Are people going to continue with staying a distance? Are people going to continue wearing masks? Or are people going to go right back into the old ways? That's a question I have for y'all out there. So leave me an answer to that. I find it extremely interesting on what everybody has to say. And I will read every comment and I will try to respond to every comment, even if it's just one. Just say it. One. Listen, hang in there. Just be strong for you. Be strong for your family. And there's nothing you can do. Just consider this as as your vacation, because we obviously aren't going to be able to go and do anything with nothing open. So anyhow, that's all I got. I hope to hear from you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I do have one other thing. I wanted to give a shout out to Brit in the Philippines. If none of you guys have seen his channel, you have to check him out. Brit, B-R-I-T, Brit in the Philippines. He's an awesome guy. He puts out some really good footage. I mean, if you guys want to learn about how it is in the Philippines, or if you are Filipino, take a little ride with Brit in the Philippines, okay? Because he usually puts out videos quite often. He's a good guy. And he also does live streaming, okay? He goes live. So once you subscribe to his channel, okay, hit that bell. The same with mine. I'll hit the bell so that y'all know when that next vid's coming. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Keep it real, okay? Keep it real, and peace.